glad to see your emotion there, Larry, on a Thursday morning, and of course to think about so much that has to happen to bring somebody in. I know there was an exhaustive process there to make sure this would happen and that the university would go on for many years.
We had about 100 on the committee working at the university from all segments, volunteers, and lots of good alumni, and every segment. It's a big event.
Yes.
When you have a lot of guests coming to town, and of course the exciting thing was the chicken bog and barbecue on the Prince Lawn. Right, that was exciting.
Right afterwards, yeah.
Yeah,
That was open to the public. You had a ton of folks from around the area.
Yeah, and we did a thing on the chicken bog and where that came from and the history of it, because we got people. I think someone was there from Germany. Presidents, because college presidents can come from anywhere. I mean, it's a big thing that some of them go to. We had lots of colleges all over the nation send in their greetings and congratulations and things, and diploma covers and all that. The board of trustees at XYZ University and Georgia Tech and all that. It was really powerful.
That's tremendous.
It's a great celebration.
That's behind you. It's going to be a busy rest of the year for you. Now you're very active. I think I saw that you've been active with some other pieces out at Coastal Carolina University, and you and your wife, Jenny.
Yeah, we've endowed the Biddle Center, which is for teaching and learning. Yes, sir. And in the College of Ed. I've done a lot of speaking to the interns going in the classrooms about Renaissance and the 10 essential elements of that.
Great.
And I chair the Board of Visitors for the College of Education.
Okay.
And then I'm on the Coastal Educational Foundation. So, pretty active at Coastal. It's a great school and a lot. And, I tell a lot of people don't put these two together, but if you think about Coastal this semester, I think has 8,400 students. And Tech has probably that many, too. That's 16,000 students,
right?
Which makes us like number 3 in the state. You add those two institutions,
together,
college kids, and basically on the same campuses. I mean, the campuses join each other.
Sure.
So, that's no small entity.
No, and Coastal's planning on growing exponentially, as is Horry
Georgetown Tech as well.
Sure.
So both of them serve tremendous needs in the whole region now. I think we're getting more of a regional
Absolutely.
look at
the Grand Strand campus here of Horry Georgetown Tech's a block away. Even obviously Fortune, intimately involved with Horry Georgetown Tech and 14 other technical colleges around the state.
Exactly.
Really very active here, Harold and Tom. And of course for you, I think we broke off when you met that Southern Belle there at New York Harbor. But that she later became your wife, and you all made Conway home.
We did, yes, sir. Really wasn't the plan, but that's how it happened. And just been to California a lot, but just didn't get back there, and that's fine. I love the South, and powerful stuff.
It is. You had an earlier tie to Coastal Carolina. I think I saw some fun pictures of you online, Larry, maybe coaching a basketball team, being out there. But
I was out there 8 years, in 66.
To 74.
Right.
Okay.
Served as the acting director when Dick Singleton went to get his doctoral degree. And I was 25 when that happened.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Come on.
That was exciting. No.
Age 25, you were the acting director of the college.
Yes, sir.
Coastal Carolina College then.
Right. Yes.
CCC.
Yeah.
That must at age 25.
It was USC Coastal at the time because we were part of the university system.
Right.
Here, similar to the North Carolina system.
Did you ever later go on after the year there in Madrid and then going back? Did you later go on to teach Spanish?
Yeah, I've always taught Spanish. Taught it at Conway High School for 1 year, and then was asked to go to the university or Coastal, and so I was coaching and I was doing lots of things. In those days when we had 2 or 3 buildings, you had to wear a lot of hats.
Right, sure.
So we did about all of it. I mean, I not only coached the team, I drove the bus.
Because, come on.
Oh, no, absolutely. That's how we did it. I mean, we didn't have staff. We couldn't even spell staff in those early days.
You probably could in Spanish, but not in English.
Yeah. So I taught some classes, and even when I was at Conway High School, wherever I'm in a school, if there's a Spanish class going on, I'm going in there.
Right.
And I'm going to say to the Spanish teacher, hey, go take a break, go put your feet up, get a siesta.
Yeah.
Siesta. Let me have the kids for 30 minutes. Because and a lot of kids said, I didn't know Mr. Biddle knew Spanish, or I didn't know Mr. Biddle could teach Spanish, or I didn't know Mr. Biddle was a Spanish teacher. So, it gives you a new I think it gives kids a great insight into who you really are. It opens you up, makes you vulnerable in a different way. Because administrators are administrators, and oh, he's writing me up, or he's making me go to in-school suspension.
Oh yeah,
all that stuff.
That was your role as assistant principal there at Conway High School.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
We had mentioned Renaissance, and that was a program that kicked off there.
Right.
We've got about 7 or 8 minutes there, and I hope you'd be willing to think about coming back and being with us here tomorrow. As well, if you'd be up for that.
Yeah, I'd be glad to.
And
That'd be great.
We want to talk about Quinces 5, but we've got a few minutes. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that happened while you were there at Conway High School. I think it was there that the Renaissance, break down for viewers a little about its inception.
Well, it really started as what we called number 1. Where we put first things first, and we said, teaching and learning rules, the 21st century is all going to be driven by brain power. And young America, you need to wake up and figure out that every day with every teacher, you're working on knowledge, skills, and talents. So vital for your future. I've said to kids then and now, the 21st century, the rest of the world is outworking us from the neck up. And we got to get young America to pay attention on what's going on. And so, we began some things that turned in. Jostens, the ring company, came to me in about '87 and said, this is unbelievable stuff. We were recognized as an outstanding high school of America. And
Conway High School was?
Right.
Wow.
And the first blue ribbon school in Horry County, in essence.
Is that right?
Yeah. And they said, we've never seen a school doing all the things you're doing. We said, well, that's your problem. We're doing it anyway. But our philosophy was we got to get more results with more kids. I tell teachers across the country, if you were doctors, you'd want to work on well people. And so what we're after here is, wait a minute, we got to reach all kids. They're all students are gifted. They just don't open their packages at the same time. And so our recognition concept was again narrow and shallow. If you only celebrate the top few all the time, you end up with 70% of the student body alienated in a way because they don't ever get any recognition.
Right.
So what we've been doing across the country is we've layered in the recognition in a card system. It was originally at Conway High School when we started. It was gold cards and green cards, and so Jostens flew me to California, and I was out there speaking to them, and started talking about green cards, and they said, whoa, we already have a lot of green cards here. And we realized that day, well, that's not working. That's not going to work very well for the country.
Nationally,
so we said, hey, let's use the Olympic system.
Great thing.
Gold, silver, bronze.
Right.
No committee meeting. Just said, you have to keep things simple.
Yeah.
If you complicate stuff, that's what's happened to us in education. We have complicated the fire out of too much stuff. You're going to simplify, and there's some simple things we ought to be doing. And one of them is layer in that. So you got gold cards for kids with all A's, silver cards for kids with A's and B's, bronze cards for kids with C's or better, and then the most important card of all is the 0.5 GPA increase card. And so now we're looking at all kids. I ask educators, look, debate me that there's a difference between excellence and excellent improvement. There's no difference. They're both excellent. Except we never focused on improvement much. We focused on excellence so much. We focused on the top few, like asking kids to jump across the Grand Canyon. So our philosophy is let's take kids wherever they are, doesn't matter where they are, and move them up. And those cards are all based on, you'll like this, behavior, that's character.
Right.
Okay? Grades and attendance.
Behavior, character, and grades.
Yeah, character or behavior. Behavior, character, grades, and attendance. Every card. So if you got a student that has all A's, who is written up all the time because he's always popping off in class and acting like a jerk, and he doesn't come very often, he's not getting a card. You got to measure up on the three things we need in our schools.
Right.
Attendance, grades, behavior. And behavior is a character piece. We have just woven in character into block number 9 because we see across the nation that it's not doing very well in America. So
you're seeing this, of course,
in.
you're communicating with the educators all the time, Larry. So some of the most rough examples of bad character
I see it
on a regular basis.
In the last 6 weeks, I've been in 6 states. Including I was with all of the administrators at Jefferson Parish in Louisiana.
Is that right?
Yeah. And they're, of course, digging out of the hurricane.
Yeah, still.
Still digging out, and they're making some progress. But like I said, we understand it from Hugo and Hazel in our part of the world. You got to keep digging out. It's not instant. The storm doesn't last long, but the digging out is years.
That simple thing, you were with us at the end of 2003, Larry, when we were out at the ball, out at Myrtle Square Mall, and highlighting that aspect of folks who've got D's and C's and even F's who are improving. As you say, that most important corridor, going up a half a grade point, going from 3 C's and 2 D's to 2 B's, a C, and a D, or 2 C's. I mean, that's a big, big improvement. That's
Major
a big
deal. Those kids have had more performance improvement than anyone on the campus. We never celebrated them.
Right.
But Renaissance schools do.
Right.
That's why we're getting the results.
How many Renaissance schools now are in this area? Of course, the bulk of our viewers are in the PD and southeastern North Carolina. You're probably throughout our viewing area.
Yeah, we're having, right here on this complex, on November 16th, the Southeastern Coalition of Renaissance Schools. We had about 60 from the Carolinas. Last year, we expect we'll have that or more this year. And it'll be right here at the Georgetown Technical Education Conference Center.
Right.
And I've got them a special rate, and they're all staying at South Beach Resort.
Right.
The ones that are coming in bringing students. All our conferences are always students and teachers and administrators and principals and whoever wants to come.
And students can help guide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Students are very active. I mean, across the country are Renaissance commissioners. It's a big deal to run the Renaissance piece and to take all those 10 essential elements and weave those into the fabric of your community. And kids drive it a lot of places.
That's great.
It's really powerful.
Speaking of driving, we're going to have to drive out of here, but I hope you'll come back and be with us tomorrow.
I'd love to.
Great,
Thank you very much, Greg.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank you, Larry. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Larry Biddle coming up next. Let's wrap with these 2 great quotes. One of Darla Moore. There is no relationship between education and economic development. No relationship between education and economic development. Education is economic development. You got to have education to have economic development. It ties in. We've talked about education. We've talked about educators. There's a lot more of that. Tomorrow morning, there's another great quote from Quinces 5. Take a look at that, quinces5.com. If you don't grow your people, you won't grow your organization. If you don't grow your people, you won't grow your organization. You can hear more about that, learn more about that. Come back with us tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. right here, Fox 43, Carolina People with Larry Biddle.